Pixels presents a digital new world open to all. But why is it that for millions of non-native English speakers worldwide, taking their first step into this world often means running into an invisible wall built of words? Through our exploration, we identified three major barriers standing in the way. The first barrier lies in the game's unique and often obscure terminology. When a quest instructs you to bring 3 fluffgris, the name itself offers no real-world reference. What does it look like? Where does it grow? You're left with no choice but to wander the vast game world through sheer trial and error. To feed a cow, you need mumanch, a made-up word that conveys nothing about how or where to obtain it. Even specialized tasks become linguistic hurdles. In metalworking, you must produce copyright, while building a corn maze requires maze blocks. These profession-specific terms, unexplained and unintuitive, transform simple gameplay into a series of linguistic puzzles. The second obstacle lies in the complete absence of a game guidance system. When your guild tasks you with finding veiled stone to complete a quest, the interface offers only cryptic icons and a few lines of vague English description. You can't decipher its properties from the text, nor can you reliably identify it within the vast world from the image alone. Turning to the community for help yields replies filled with ambiguous and fragmented jargon. Instead of finding a solution, you're plunged into deeper confusion. Under these circumstances, non-native English players endure a dual disorientation. They must overcome the language barrier to decipher fragmented clues, while also navigating a vast, unmarked game world in a directionless exploration. But the most daunting challenge is the third. The very systems that drive the game's economy and social life are powered by a dense shorthand. If you don't understand WTS, you cannot trade effectively. If you don't grasp NFT, you are instantly excluded from team collaborations. This is no longer just a language barrier. It is the key to being part of the community. As the literature suggests, massively multiplayer online games do create an ideal naturalistic setting for second language acquisition. In Pixels, we personally experienced the power of this peer mentoring. Whenever we gathered the courage to ask for help in chat, experienced players would consistently step up to offer guidance in clear and simple English. This immediate, hands-on assistance not only solved our in-game problems, but truly made us feel the warmth and inclusiveness of the community. However, we soon realized that such valuable help isn't always available. It functions like a random loot drop in the game, highly unpredictable. More often than not, our questions would get lost in the rapidly scrolling chat, or the replies we did receive would themselves become the next puzzle to be deciphered. This made us recognize that relying solely on the goodwill of individual players for peer guidance offers far from sufficient coverage or depth for newcomers who need systematic support. So, what is the cause of the communication barrier we are facing? From language barriers, to the process of deciphering codes, to the hidden costs for players, all these point to a core issue. Is the openness of technology equivalent to the inclusiveness of culture? Blockchain technology aims to establish an accessible communication. However, our experience raises a question. If understanding itself becomes a kind of implicit permission, then have we truly achieved true cultural inclusiveness? If communication barriers arise from the invisible cultural barriers, imagine that if players encounter an unknown mission point, the system can provide them with an accurate route. Or, when encountering an unknown word, simply click to link to the detailed explanation and the source of the material. Players will have a better gaming experience. In conclusion, most of the communication barriers among players stem from the invisible culture. Therefore, the system should not assume that the understanding of unspoken cultural presupposition and community rules constitutes the prerequisite for player participation. A truly powerful decentralized future is not only defined by the code, but also by the way it welcomes every new member.